The day Kong was kidnapped from Skull Island by the apes from the planet of the apes. In our previous videos, we talked about how the apes tried to destroy the Statue of Liberty. But in that place, they found the corpse of a great ape, a creature that made them question the basis of their society and led them to embark on a journey beyond the forbidden zone to Skull Island, the place where not only other intelligent humans and prehistoric creatures inhabit, but also King Kong. In this video, we will continue the story of how the apes discovered that Kong existed on the planet of the apes. And for more videos from the Planet of the Apes universe, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Welcome to the Oasis Geek. 24 days have passed since the beginning of the expedition, and the apes are now accompanied by one of the Kong. This Kong is different from other apes that Zira, Cornelius, or Zayis have seen, so they have spent a lot of time observing and studying him. These three apes have been arrested by the humans, but they have not wasted their time being frightened. Instead, they have tried to study as much as they can about their tribe. According to legends, humans and Kong have lived on this island for thousands of years, and their coexistence proves that peace between apes and humans is possible. In the images, we can see that Cornelius and the doctor begin to debate between the purpose of this giant ape and their own faith. For them, the Kong's existence contradicts their religious scriptures, but it could also hold the secret to ending wars. On this island, the Kong protects humans. Perhaps the future of the ape city depends on this great creature. Zira strikes up a conversation with Nita, a human who is the next in the successor line of storytellers in her tribe. She wishes to see the world, but feels trapped on the island. Zira warns her about wanting to venture out, telling her that perhaps that kind of life is not for her. Meanwhile, several of the tribe's soldiers are attacked by the apes. Ursus's men have managed to surprise the human tribe and wish to rescue Zayis. But they realize something terrible. The giant ape exists, but to them, this ape is a slave of the humans, and now their main goal is to rescue Kong from these humans. The rescue mission for Zira, Cornelius, and Zayis becomes the rescue mission for Kong. Meanwhile, Ursus's men catch a type of dinosaur and bring it to the ship. This is evidence that they not only want to rescue Kong, but they also want to take different specimens from the island to study them later. From this ship, they realize that General Amari's ship is approaching, the same one with which Ursus had reached a collaboration agreement. In our previous video, we had shown the Amari tribe and how they warned the apes not to reach Skull Island. But the apes ignored the warnings, and apparently, Amari made a deal with Ursus to provide them with help on the island. Meanwhile, the tribe of humans discuss the apes' presence on the island, and Nita's desire to become the historian of her tribe, but she is constantly underestimated by the adults and elders of the tribe. What the group of humans don't know is that just outside their town, multiple ape soldiers are preparing to take control and free Kong. General Amari asks Ursus if he is sure about attacking the humans, as this would mean a war in the region. But Ursus tells him not to worry. Ursus and his men will be in charge of the battle. General Amari will only give them transportation off the island. Their goal will be to free Kong and rescue Zira, Zayis, and Cornelius. Ursus and his men go deep into the jungle and arrive at a human settlement. Here they take up positions and prepare to attack. This takes the humans by surprise, and they have never faced apes with such weapons. Meanwhile, Zira and Cornelius were discussing their future on the island. Cornelius wanted to obey the humans and leave, but Zira said there was still much to investigate. A lot of things they didn't know. While they are discussing whether or not Kong is a god and what this might represent for their future, Detonations are heard outside. Ursus's men have reached where Zira and Cornelius are. As they came out, they saw chaos. Ursus's men had taken the lives of multiple humans and had taken control of the city. While Dr. Zayas shouted at them that they had lost their minds, to stop. But they had direct orders from Ursus to free them from human oppression. The soldiers were blinded. They thought that by doing this, they would free not only their comrades, but also a kind of god that had been imprisoned in this place for a long time. In the midst of the chaos, multiple humans lose their lives, including tribal leaders, and Nita starts screaming for help, something that Kong, who is asleep, hears and wakes up. Kong realizes the chaos in the city. Everything is destroyed and he must protect them. Kong gets upset and begins to fight the apes by helping the humans. In the midst of the chaos, Zira and Cornelius run for their lives. Ursus's men help them, but too many humans fall on the way. The apes realize that Kong is not on their side, so they decide to shoot him to prevent him from destroying them. There they decide to kidnap Nita, as they saw Kong's reaction when she screamed, thus attracting the ape. Kong falls to the ground wounded, while the humans run for their lives, who could not fight against the advanced weapons of the apes. And we see how Ursus asks the apes to deposit Kong in the ship of General Amari. Dr. Zayas cannot believe everything he is seeing. It is an unnecessary act of violence, which deprives them of gaining more knowledge of the island. For now, they must escape. The remaining humans escaped into the forest, while the apes prepared to leave the island. As the boat sped away from the island, a creature could be heard breathing heavily. It was Kong, who was tied up and trapped in the boat, being transported away from his home. This story shows us how in the end, the apes became what they feared. They demonstrated the worst qualities of humanity and kidnapped Kong from his habitat, just to try to save their own species. But what happened next? What happened to Kong on the planet of the apes? That's a story for a future video. And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You are on The Oasis Geek.